Can I make money selling my stickers online? I'm on a journey to become a full-time professional artist. I've been doing the art thing for years and I've already managed to publish several how to draw books, a colouring book, created artwork for high-profile clients like Whackom and Hitachi. I decided that now I want to sell my art, be that as art prints on t-shirts, gaming mats, and now stickers. In a previous video, I discussed selling my stickers at an upcoming comic convention, and yes, they did actually sell, so check that video out if you're interested. But can I sell them online too? Well, firstly, I needed to list them for sale. I added 16 designs to my existing website, and I waited. Nothing. It doesn't surprise me since my website currently gets about 25 visits per day and most of those aren't necessarily looking to buy anything, let alone stickers. Perhaps they're just there for the articles or to check out my portfolio. I knew they needed some form of promotion, so I decided to give each one its own individual mini ad. So something like this.
Introducing Boozette.
I posted these on a few of my social media platforms like TikTok and my YouTube Shorts. And then I waited a week. Nothing. So then I thought, right, let's try finding a few of my top selling designs from the comic convention that I attended last month, and let's add those to both Amazon and Etsy and see if we can use some of their own customers to sort of drive some traffic. Although 2 weeks later, and again, no sales. And I was about to completely just give up on this experiment when, out of the blue, an email came in my inbox from Etsy. You had sold one Freron sticker. So to answer the question, can I sell my stickers online? Well, yeah, the answer is yes, I did. However, we have to give ourselves a little bit of a reality check. There's no way I'm going to become rich from selling stickers anytime soon. And the time it takes for me to list a £4 sticker for sale and then the order comes in, I then have to pack the order, post it to the customer, deal with any potential feedback or queries, and then you start to think, is this even worth it? Even if I was getting slightly more regular sales, you sort of think, well, why bother? Now there's still a couple of reasons why this whole experiment was a good idea. One, I mean, luck could have came my way. For all I knew, I was sitting on a bit of artwork, which if connected with the right customers, would have became a thing. It might have gone viral. I could have potentially sold, 1,000 of these stickers. I don't even have 1,000 in stock, but I could have potentially gone that way if it just sort of caught on. You never really know unless you test things. I mean, you can make educated guesses whether something or not is actually going to do well, and that can maybe save you some time, but there's no substitute from actually going through the motions of putting a product online and then getting real world feedback as to if it can actually sell or not. So secondly, that customer is still, well, they're still a customer. I could potentially follow up and ask them if they want to check out my website, follow me on social media. Maybe they want to buy more products from the rest of my shop. Maybe they will recommend me to someone else in the future. That's how things work. It's all good getting the sale, but once you've got an actual customer, there's a little bit more opportunity to potentially do something with that customer afterwards and maybe connect with them. You just never know. And providing the customer is happy with the sticker, they might leave a positive review, which basically builds my trust score on Etsy. People are more likely to then buy from me, having seen a recent positive review on the website. Also on a platform like Etsy, once you sell things, it kind of bumps your product up the rankings. So if you sell 10 products, it's even more likely to be seen by other people, because obviously at the end of the day, Etsy have a vested interest in serving their customers products which people are going to want to buy. So potentially this is the start of something else in the future. And I think if you're putting a product out there and you don't know if it's any good or not, it helps to validate what you're doing. If you put a product out there, no one is buying it, then perhaps there could be an issue with the art, with the product itself. The fact that someone actually bought this thinks, okay, I think out of the thousands of other potential Freron merch on Etsy that I could have bought, yeah, I like yours and I'm going to buy yours, and that's great. It sort of validates the whole project. I mean, ultimately, if you are going to be selling any art prints, any t-shirts, stickers, in this case, I think the thing that's going to really make the difference is promotion and marketing. So be that paid ads or paid promotion, or building a platform and a brand, like a personal brand, whereby you can then sort of send your followers, subscribers, people who actually are invested in your product and your artwork potentially to that web store. I'm in a position where I don't have a huge subscribing on YouTube, I don't have a huge amount of people on social media who are actively able to view my content, so this was always going to be a bit of a hard sell for me. But if you happen to be someone who does have a following, then obviously you have a much greater chance of gaining sales. Because I look at what I've done and I think, okay, sure, the artwork on the stickers that I produce could be better. You know, it could always be better. But I really think the key thing here is getting eyeballs on the product. Because obviously I set all the products up on my own website, nothing was really happening. As soon as I used and leveraged Etsy's customers, I got a few more eyeballs, potential customers, and you know, one of them ended up going on to buy the product. So it really is just about getting those eyeballs on the product. And if you can do that, then providing the artwork is good as well, or the product is good as well, then it kind of works out. And overall, I do feel like this experiment was a bit of a battle lost, but it's certainly not the end of the war. So if you'd like to follow me on my journey to see if I end up actually making a living as an artist, then feel free to subscribe and hopefully I'll see you again in a future video. Until then, see ya.